I hate Wednesdays. Wednesdays is group therapy day. We all sit in a circle and listen to the same people share the same feelings and the same stories that they shared last Wednesday. The timer goes off, signaling that today's session is over. I watch as gray jumpsuits begin trickling out the door. Some turn left to the day room or the dining hall, but most of them turn right towards their rooms. I'm the last one to leave, and Joe is waiting for me as I exit the room. We turn left as we head towards the day room. We don't have to say anything as we walk to the corner chairs by the window. Joe knows by now that it's my favorite spot, and we always meet there after group therapy. Joe landed himself here at the Marineland State Institute for the Criminally Insane after opening fire on a movie theater full of people. The M60 he had hidden under his trench coat killed about 42 men, women, and children. But Joe was weak. After completing his slaughter, he pulled a switchblade from his pocket and tried to off himself by stabbing himself in the chest. Joe was also stupid. He missed his heart, and the police found him alive and bleeding on the popcorn-littered floor next to row B. He kept saying that the people in his head made him do it. Today, Joe talks in his usual circles. He never seems to remember our conversations from weeks before. That's what I like most about him. He always forgets. Joe talks about his dark thoughts, and I tell him about mine. He likes to hear about the woman and what I've done to them. I tell him a different one each week. I tell him about my favorite, Claire. The memory of my time with Claire is old, but far from fading. She's from a time long before I came to this place. I remember her pale skin and the sharp contrast of the purple bruises on her wrists and ankles from the restraints. I tell Joe how the small cot would creak as my weight would settle next to her bound body. I describe the crimson blood and how beautiful it looked against her alabaster skin. As I ran my scalpel through her thigh, I would cut just deep enough to draw blood. I needed to keep her alive. She was my favorite. I loved the sound of her screams, perfectly timed with each slice. I tell Joe how warm and silky the blood felt as I ran my hands up her inner thighs. My hands would continue up her body, leaving beautiful red paths wherever they touched, until they reached her throat. I tell Joe about the purple necklace of bruises that fit my hands perfectly as I wrapped them around her neck. This would silence the sobbing and force her eyes to open wide, staring into mine. First, those big blue eyes would fill with terror, and then lose focus as my tight grip deprived her body of oxygen. "Not today, Claire," I'd whisper in her ear as I released my grip. I remember still hearing her gasp for air as I climbed the basement steps. I talk until Joe's eyes glaze over, signaling that his meds have hit full force. Cheryl must have noticed his half-idled stare and slumped posture because she exits the enclosed nurse's station and crosses the room to us. Cheryl is built like a football player, but she has a pleasant enough face, aside from the angry crescent moon scar on her cheek from where a patient bit her once. Cheryl helps Joe to his feet and turns to escort him to his room. She flashes a warm smile, and my responding one is tight and strained because all I can think about is smashing Cheryl's skull into the tile. I've been here too long. I want to leave. I glance at the clock mounted on the wall and stand up. On the south side of the day room is a hallway that leads to the dining area. I walk past the room until I reach the closed door. The plaque on the door tells me that it belongs to the office of Eugene Zelter, MD, the unit's head psychiatrist. There's a keypad on the door, and I quickly punch in a series of numbers. The door then beeps twice, signaling that the lock has disengaged. I enter the room and grab my coat off the back of the chair and the keys from the top drawer of the desk. I log off my computer and turn the light off on my way out. The security guard at the staff exit nods to me in acknowledgement and unlocks the door. "Have a great night, Dr. Z," he says with a gap-toothed smile. My returning smile is genuine this time as I think about what awaits me. Tied up, afraid, and oh so pale, beautiful specimen in my basement. "Oh, I plan to," I say with a big smile as I walk outside.